A routine audit of EDW Lynch's Facebook friend holdings recently revealed some signs of friend inflation. As a precautionary measure, we have performed some minor streamlining of our friend holdings. This correction affected a small proportion of EDW Lynch's electronic friends, and we assure our stakeholders that the remaining friends are all investment grade. And I'll take questions.
Yes.
Is it a metaphor?
Rhonda Poontang from the Weekly Lynch. We're just curious, Mr. Lynch, how many Facebook friends did you remove during these cutbacks?
Well, first of all, they weren't cutbacks. Again, this was a streamlining of our friend holdings, or a smart sizing, if you will. And I can tell you that as a result of this smart sizing, we're now 12% more efficient with our Facebook operations. Thank you. Does that answer your question? Next question. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Swati Pondicherry from the International EDW Lynch News Bulletin. What will happen to these former friends of EDW Lynch?
Well, that's a great question, Swati. These former friends are going to be poked on Facebook by our attorneys. And they're going to offer them basically a severance package, which we think is really quite reasonable. It's based on an undisclosed sum of Farmville farm cash. The other part of this is that we're now in negotiation with our good friends in Germany, the Freundebank Social Equity Investment Bank. Now, Freundebank basically buys and sells friends, and we're negotiating a sale of these friend assets to Freundebank. And actually, this would be a great time for me to just go ahead and speak to my German friends and just say, "Ich danke Ihnen auf Ihre Großzügigkeit." Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Great, thank you. I'll take another question. Yeah, Darwin, why don't you? Yeah.
Yes, hello, Darwin Toki-Shi from the BBC World Service. With EDW Lynch experiencing friend inflation and downsizing its relationship holdings, are we seeing a repeat of the 2008 subprime friend crisis?
Well, Darwin, absolutely not. Again, as I said, this is a small correction of our friend holdings. And it's really to prevent the type of friend inflation that caused that 2008 crisis. We're not seeing the same sort of warning signs this time around. We're still getting good text message response rates. We're even seeing an increase in the number of events that are actually being created by EDW Lynch's friends for EDW Lynch to come to, and that's a very great indicator. In addition, we're just very pleased that that these friends are still in our portfolio, and the 2008, of course, was a very different time, and mistakes were made, but we're quite confident that that we won't repeat those mistakes again. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and I have one follow-up, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yes. One of your ex-E friends, Melissa Wallace, member of your 4th grade science class, released a statement via Facebook and Twitter, quote, "OMG WTF, I thought we were BFF, open parenthesis." I think that's a frown face. How do you respond to Miss Wallace?
Well, first of all, if we could just directly speak to Miss Wallace, we want her to know that we feel : open parentheses over here too. And this is a very challenging time. Any sort of smart sizing, streamlining, it's going to be difficult. However, we can't directly address this question because Melissa is currently, her friendship is currently under negotiation, again, to be sold to Freundebank in Germany. So she's technically actually a friend of that social equity investment bank at this point. So she should direct any further questions or any sort of anger to Freundebank. All right, thank you.
Okay, no further questions.
No further questions.